All right, everybody, welcome back to Man-Made Thoughts. My name is Quatez, and for the sake of time and brevity, yeah, this is a late review. I've had this comic since the day that it came out, but I'm busy. I get busy, and I got a lot of stuff to do, going to the field, so I don't have much time. But anyway, I just wanted to talk about Spider-Man and that classic text. And this one is by J.J. Abrams and Henry Abrams and Sara Pichelli on the art. And I gotta say, I was disappointed by this. And I purposely didn't read any of the um, solicitations for this one, just because I wanted to keep that mystery. But yeah, let's just get into this. But first, I gotta say, I do not like this cover, and I get what it's trying to do because, you know, spoiler alert, it's been quite some time. It's been, I think, about a month now. So if you haven't read it now, then you probably, yeah. So, spoilers, Mary Jane dies. And I'm guessing that this is supposed to be evocative her sitting on Spider Man's lap for whatever reason. I guess because she's falling. And yeah, also, he has two arms. Yeah, another spoiler alert. So, anyway, we start this with a really good art scene establishing shot, destruction of New York. Mary Jane's running. There's a bunch of destruction everywhere, like I said. And Pete, he's pretty banged up. And I'm not sure if I like Sara Pichelli's take on Peter because he looks like a weak dude inside of a suit. Like he doesn't look like a strong dude, but whatever. Anyway, so she comes to try to help him out after all this wreckage and everything, and they have this moment of, hey, everything's all right, and he even tries to make a joke, which I didn't even you know none of it really came off as joking to me. It kind of came off as here we go. So anyway, I believe this is the cadaverous that they were talking about. I like the black and whites of this a whole lot better than I like the color stuff. But as you can see, Pete's arm is mangled. It is done for. And I'm guessing that these dudes, they come from somewhere, and we don't even know because it's a big mystery, like all J.J. Abrams stuff. Anyway, he ends up trying to fight him. They rip his arm off, and he's trying to tell Mary Jane to run. She gets impaled and then thrown off the bridge, and you know. So anyway, she dies, and 12 years later, we get Ben Parker, who's having problems at school. He's fighting bullies. He's, he's acting out and all that stuff. And Peter, who is really, really, really modeled after like Keanu Reeves, because that's literally who he looks like. His whole facial structure has really changed. Like this clearly isn't the same drawing of Peter Parker. But they're arguing in the car about why he's always doing bad stuff at school and beating people up, and I feel like this book is just like Henry Abrams trying to talk to his dad. Like if my dad was a multi-millionaire superstar film director and I was growing up with that, this is exactly how I would act too. I'd be like, Dad, I just want your attention. Why won't you give me your attention? I feel like that is what this comic is. And it's like a dad sitting down with his son and writing a comic, but the son's like, well, if I was to do your job, this is how I would do it. I would make time for my family and all that stuff. And so, and this is so out of character for Peter, and I get what they're trying to say, that trauma and grief changes people, but this is also the same guy that lost his uncle and he was powerless to do anything about it. So you mean to tell me he has a son and he just drops him off and drives away? He doesn't even say, I love you? No, that's not Peter Parker. This is some other guy pretending to be Peter Parker. This is Keanu Reeves you know, this is him. Also, you know, note the prosthetic hand in this panel. And this is not the first time that, you know, Peter has used prosthetics in the MVC2 world. Um, you know, with Spider-Girl, Peter lost his leg in a fight with the Green Goblin. And yeah, so he had one leg and he didn't approve of his son, or I mean his kids doing anything. Anyway, we see the cadaverous probably growing a clone of Mary Jane in a tube. Honestly, this book, I just wasn't impressed. And then, oh, by the way, Aunt May knows that, you know, that this kid, Benjamin Parker, uh, you know, is going through these spider powers and all that stuff. And, well, surprise, surprise, you know, here's your underoos for you, kitty. You know, like I said, I wasn't blown away at all. Like, none of this was mind-blowing. I don't know, I guess I expected more. I mean, like, when I went back to read the solicitation for this thing, it was just like, you know, they're gonna face off against their most dangerous foe yet, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, you know, this is like some kind of Marvel team up featuring Mary Jane and Peter Parker. No, what you get is Keanu Reeves and a redhead boy, and and that's pretty much it. Like, most of the drama is about Peter being an absentee father. And this is a lot like how I felt when in Avatar, when Aang decided that, you know, like the writers of it decided that he would care more about the only airbender child that he had, like Tenzin, and not his other kids. And I was like, this doesn't even sound like something Aang would do, because he knows what it's like to be ostracized and separated from his own family and friends and stuff. So he would never pick one student or one kid and put them over everybody else. But here we are. So if anybody's going to stand for this book, they'll say, oh, well, trauma changes people. No, okay, yeah, because this guy hasn't experienced any trauma in his life, right? There's a lot of people he couldn't save, a lot of people who died in his arms and all that stuff. And you mean to tell me that this one woman who he's already had a child with, she dies, and all of a sudden he cares about no one. He cares about nothing. Nothing in his life matters except for being a low-level scrub photographer dude, because that's literally what he becomes. But anyway, that's the book. I really don't recommend this book. It's not bad, but I'm just gonna buy it just to see where it goes. But I'm really not looking forward to this comic or anything that really happens. Really in it, to tell you the truth. This is not really a Spider-Man book. This just happens to be a book with Spider-Man in it that's not really Spider-Man. But anyway, that's the video. If you want me to go in more details, or, you know, something that I might have missed, let me know in the comments down below. And if you can click that subscribe button, it will make me feel pretty good inside. And also, if you can hit the little bell notification icon if you are subscribed already, just so you make sure you're still subscribed to get all the updates and every other video that I post. Thank you for watching. My name is Quatez, and stay safe out there. Peace out.